Welcome to ODT Rugby Chat for another week, back in the Meads Bar. This is the ODT Spates Rugby Chat, by the way. Now look, I've had a bit of a disaster today. I've been looking for Pirates guys all day. I really needed to quiz Pirates about what's going on. They're avoiding me like the plague. So, unbelievably, it's going to be a one-on-one with myself and Tim Belcher from Southen. Tim, of course, runs the Southen Rugby Club, as I've been writing in the paper. So, Tim, welcome along, mate. This is your first time in the bar. What do you think?
It is, Paul. It's pretty good.
Better than the old Shield Hill?
Oh, I don't know if it's better than the Shield Hill, but...
well, I hear it's reopening.
It could be. That's what I heard. So...
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, mate, so look, let's talk about Pirates quickly, since we can't really talk about it because they're not here. But the discussions between Southen and Pirates on amalgamation, where are we at with that?
Oh, I think, Paul, that's a bit way off the pace. Pirates obviously aren't here tonight to talk about what's going on with their club, but, they're a pretty, proud club. They've been around a long time. I think it would be really wrong of me to talk.
But I hear you've had discussions.
There's been no discussions.
There's talk over what colour shorts and socks you're going to wear.
There's been no discussions with Pirates about amalgamation, and I think at the end of the day, that would be, as I said, really rude of me to talk about Pirates on when they're not here.
Look, I don't agree. I don't believe what you're saying, but look, we'll move on. Look where we are with club rugby at the weekend, and we talked about a bit with Lance Spence last week, and look, we could have had three two teams defaulting last weekend, but I said that in the end they all played, but I hear that Harbour up over Zingaree by 102 to 12 and they called it off with 10 minutes to go, and they had a 53-year-old open side flanker playing for Zingaree, so that just shows you where the state of club rugby is. So what sort of feedback? I know Southen are going okay, but what sort of feedback are you guys getting?
I think the top kind of 4 or 5 clubs, the likes of Varsity and Southen and Dunedin, Tyree, the clubs that have got a lot of depth, they seem to be putting teams on the park. But I think that Premier 2 grade has been a little bit of an issue for a while. There's been talk over the years whether Colts should go back to under 20 and under 18 or under 19 and have the Colts grade not at under 21 to try and have more players playing P2 rugby. But yeah, it's just a lack of depth, and I think it probably comes down to your club's recruitment and retention policies. If you've got good recruitment and you're retaining your players... and
you offer them free flats for a year like Southen do.
No, we've got no flats.
Well, that's what I'm hearing. That's the word on the street.
That should not be a property baron, Paul.
But I understand. I understand what you're saying, but look, I know there's going to be a big meeting at the end of the year, so look, from your take on it, are we going to see amalgamations next year?
I'm unsure. That's up to those individual clubs.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, Southen will be Southen next year.
Southen, so it won't be Southen Pirates, it'll be Southen and that other team from the beach that could just call it. Anyway, look, move on. So the weekend we were at Southen and we were welcomed by Rugby, who made a rather disparaging speech about me, which I felt was a bit harsh, but you weren't there, so what's going on? You're supposed to be the club captain, the rugby manager, you don't make all the speeches, you weren't even there. Apparently you were away in Belcher for some reason.
Yeah, I was away in Belcher with the Ravens Colts.
Yeah, unbeaten Ravens Colts.
Yeah, unbeaten at this stage, but big game this weekend.
So you are the rugby manager / club captain?
No, rugby manager. So we've got a club captain and a rugby manager.
Geez, you've got a lot of people on your committee. So you're in charge of recruitment and retention?
Yeah, I'm in charge of recruitment and retention and in charge of rugby.
Right.
So I head everything down from Premier down to the...
Okay, so the Ravens, so it's a massive come down, mate. You've gone from the Magpies to the Prems, and now you're at the Ravens. Didn't you start at the Ravens?
No, I started the Magpies many years ago.
Oh, okay.
But look, at the end of the day, I wasn't going to coach this year.
Yep.
But as we all know, there's a lack of coaches in club rugby, and having half decent side turn up to the club, and they need to be coached, and they're a good set of boys. So I said I'd help out. So and
you've ended up taking it.
Yes,
that's
right, basically. So really enjoying it. And it keeps my hand in it. So.
Right. So the other thing is, so you've flogged this other team straight out of the mouths of babes at Harbour, as we talked about last week. So how are they going?
Southern Unicole.
Are they a rebel?
No, they're not a rebel. They're a great bunch of young guys.
Yeah.
Just want to play rugby. That's all they want to do. They're basically a side that I don't think wants to play at 11 o'clock in the morning because they might be toast by 2 o'clock.
And they don't want to train.
Yeah, no, they are training. They're training once a week.
Are you training down at Logan Park?
Yeah, they're training down at Logan Park.
I think a lot of the clubs are singing, which is a smart move. A lot of the clubs, I mean, if they go to Dunedin or they go to Pirates or they go to Southen, it's a long way to go.
Absolutely.
If you've got grounds at Logan Park, why wouldn't you train there?
Yeah, and I think you'll see in the future more of that, especially at junior cult level.
Yeah.
I think at your Prim Division 1 cult, they should train at home.
Yeah.
But no, the uni cult boys, they're good boys, and they've been really respectful to our club. Like, we've had no problems with them.
Not like the Dog Sharks at Dunedin, which I'm writing about this weekend. It's chaos. And of course, that'll stop you getting lost at the cemetery when you're going to pick players up from now on. If you're actually training at Logan Park.
Well, yeah, there's no.
Do you want to talk through that cemetery story? You want to put that to one side?
Kind of Riggy embellished that a wee bit.
Right, okay. Okay, so we worked out what you're right on. So let's talk about the Prems now. I was at the Prem game on the weekend, and look, it seems to me that you've got a lot of injuries.
Yeah, we started the season with about 12 guys out.
And this was in your Prem side?
This is in our Prem side.
Before you started the season?
Before we started the season. So we're slowly but surely getting those guys back. What I probably didn't help was the loss of Josh Ward in the first game.
I noticed that. I did talk to Josh, a good boy Josh. I was talking to Josh on Saturday, and he said there's not much wrong with it, though. He's just soft. He's got a rolled ankle and he's got a sore knee.
He had a bit of a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
And so he's been out since round 1.
Right.
And like the two young guys that we've got, Wilson Driver, who was the Otago 19's backup halfback last year, and Joel Mead, who's a young fella straight out of school from Kinks.
Wasn't one of these kids from Brighton, the Brighton Prem 2s?
Yes, Joel played. He played Brighton P2s when he was 16.
Okay.
So they're both really young, and like Josh is doing a good job with them at training and helping them.
Yeah.
And like they're both 19, 18. So hopefully, if we can develop them, they're getting a taste of Premier Rugby. You never know. Like we've got to look at also that there will be life after Josh Walden. He's a teacher, but that doesn't mean he's going to be in Dunedin forever.
So and the massive moth, he's if you sacked. I hear he's been dropped again, but there is talk he may have actually retired.
Yeah, Warren's.
I see he's out there running around.
Yeah, he's out there. He's still heavily involved in our club. He's got a young family now. He's got young Dot, his wee daughter, and he wants to spend time with his family. But he's a type of guy that if we got into a crisis,
he'd come in.
He would don those boots.
Should have sent him to Pirates on the weekend. Let's talk about then. Look, so I looked at the game and I felt you were missing. Like, your forward pack's always been strong and you were big. They're a big pack. But I felt they weren't that accurate, I didn't think, on Saturday, and I felt your back line was a bit aimless. They sort of wandered a bit, and obviously you're missing, with Tay being dragged into Highlanders late, he obviously straightens them up a lot.
Yeah, I think with any club, Paul, you rely on some really experienced players, and with the Warden brothers out, with Josh Gordon only coming back this week, I believe he's going to play this week. Those experienced guys who've played at top level, they bring a lot to those younger guys. Like, we've got guys that are, some of them straight out of school, like Hamoa, son of Sony, he was a very, very good player at high school. And he's...
It's a step up for those kids.
Extremely good step, but he's embraced that challenge and he's learning lots.
Yeah, I looked at him on Saturday and I think he's struggling a wee bit. Also, I looked at the kid that played for Tyree the week before, the young guy from McGlashan.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is, it'll come to me in a minute. It's a massive step from going from first 15 rugby to Premier. Okay, so let me talk me through, because I picked a Form 15 again for the paper on Friday. Struggling to find a home for anybody from Southern like Form 15. I thought Adam Knight played really well, which he plays really well most weeks.
Absolutely.
That's why he's playing for Otago now. So I've got him. He's the only one in my Form 15. Who should I be looking out for? New guys in the Southern team this year.
I think the young lock, Axel Honick.
Great name.
Yeah, he's a relative of Josh. He's one of the Honicks he's out of Rotorua Boys.
Right.
He was one of the boys that didn't go back as a year 14.
Right.
In that Rotorua Boys team.
Yeah.
Good boy, New Zealand woodchopper.
Oh, yeah, so he's one of those Honicks.
Yeah, so he's a good boy. And he played in our Magpie Colts last year, so he's second year boy, and he's going to get better. So I've been really impressed with him. I think Cole Harris coming back.
I hear this Kyle Harris hasn't played for 17 years. Kycron hasn't played a game since.
Yeah, no.
Is he actually going to play for Southern?
Yeah, he's going to play. He played for the P2s on Saturday.
So he'll play for Southern this weekend?
He'll play for Southern this weekend, I think, probably off the bench. And, you know, from all accounts, from the reports we got back from Green Island, and their P2s were going okay. And, you know, we put 60 on them you know, for our first win. And by all accounts, Harris was outstanding. You know, looked a cut above.
So these are the kids I should be looking at. Honak and what anybody on the backs?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of boys that we're going to hopefully come back from.
Josh only looks great. On attack.
Yeah.
Kicking game still's a bit of a worry.
Yeah, I think that ankle has been bothering him still a wee bit.
But he's still, like, he ignites, he does ignite you?
Yeah, he does. He's a great attacking player, and, you know, you put Josh Walton back at 9 and Tay around him, you know, we've got a pretty good inside back combination. Right,
mate, we better move on to the, because I said we wouldn't be long tonight since there's only the two of us, and people will be getting bored with you talking now anyway. So let's talk about the games this weekend. Now, you're up against me in the pick and comp this weekend, and I'm very concerned that you're not even going to get close. So Green Island, Dunedin.
Yeah, look, I'm going to go Dunedin.
But you're going short.
I'm going short. Like, Green Island have impressed me. You know, Dean, what Dean's doing out there is fantastic for that club. You know, and
if you actually this way around, that if you actually look at the points, I'm very concerned that Southern's in 6th place on 14. And Green Island are on 7th place on 13. They're just about to overtake you.
As I said, you know, Dino's a good operator, and he's brought a bit of passion back to that club, and I know they've worked really hard. So it could be close. It could be real close.
It's out there too.
Yeah.
Uni Zingaree up at Boot Hill.
I think Zingaree at the moment obviously struggling with numbers. I hear they've got a few guys to come back, hopefully from overseas, that have gone and done that England thing.
I hear Lockie Moore's going straight to Southen.
I haven't heard
that word in the street.
So, but hopefully Zingaree will get a few boys back from overseas and strengthen them up.
Okay.
University.
Alhambra Union Pirates, and I hear you're thinking about going Pirates.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go Pirates.
Yeah. Now that you're amalgamated with them,
the Pirates are out on the flat with us and the Sharks. So you know, we'll support our mates. But you know, they're due something, you know, and the Alhambra Union have been struggling.
The new hope for Supercoach 1, as you know, is from Alhambra Union. He's the Otago coach, and he's coming to go.
As I said, it's
pressure's on.
Both.
I hear Jimmy Collum comes in. If he doesn't win this weekend, Jimmy Collum comes up and he's out. Anyway, Kycra Tyree, and you're sort of thinking up on the high value. You're thinking Kycra.
I'm going to pick Kyke. You know, they're a good side. I think when we played them in round 1, we were just lucky, you know, that we got on top of them up front, and they didn't really fire a shot. But since then, they've been tracking okay.
Beat Dunedin.
Yeah, they did beat Dunedin.
They always beat Dunedin.
It's a bogey side for you guys.
Bogey side for Dunedin. And in the last game, you've got your mighty Southern boys up against Harbour.
Yep, so down at Watson Park, which is good this time of year. It'll be nice.
I hear there's a massive issue. There's a geese issue, which I'm going to talk about in Friday's paper as well.
Okay.
Apparently, they've sorted their drainage out, and now they've been invaded by geese.
Lance will have to get the culling out. But
so you're thinking you could beat them?
Oh, absolutely. Like Southern, on their day, if we perform to our ability and execute and don't make mistakes, like I think we get forced into making a lot of mistakes.
Correct. Yeah, you made a lot of you turned over a lot of crucial balls.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, once we get it right, someone will get hurt.
Okay,
and, you know,
so there it is.
Maybe Harbour could be it.
There it is. You've heard from Tim Belcher. Look, there's 2 big games this weekend. It's Kycra versus Tyree. Look, I just think Tyree. Look, I just got to pick them. They'll go okay. They're getting a few players back. I hear they've had injury problems as well. They'll just tip over Kycra. And in the big game down at Port Chalmers, Harbour against Southern. Harbour are on an absolute roll. They've got 3 guys are playing their 50th game this weekend. Bit of motivation for those guys. Look, I just think Harbour too big, too strong. They'll get up over Southern. And we'll talk to you again next week.